Welcome back. So in the previous, I don't know what this is doing here at all. So in the previous little video, I was showing you how I was going to use this to make the MOS better, the Mun Refueling Station. And I just thought that I'd show you the stresses of, well, docking. So if you don't know how to dock in KSP, then I guess this will be a bit of an infomercial video for you. So first, you want to make sure you're normal or anti-normal. That is this. Okay, so if you imagine like piece of paper that you put flat against this, you want that to be able to directly rest upon like a flat paper on here. Like you want them to be a book is the best way I can explain that without going into like calculus and geometry stuff. And then you go into docking mode and always make certain, and also select your target as target and click this until it says target. Keep your eye on this. So since this isn't three-dimensional, you can't actually see all three dimensions of your docking at once. At least not with our mod, which I've forgotten to install. So anyway, so what you do is first make sure that you're up and down. Of course, everything is relative in space. So again, looking at your docking port, this is up. So make sure that is about flush with that. You want it relatively close. See when that drops to 0? That is very good. So then you go to here. See these puffs of monopropellant? By the way, that's what they're called in KSP. I don't know if that's a real life thing or whatever, NASA thing or whatever, but then we go over to here and make sure that this center lines up with that center from this perspective. Make sure you don't move the perspective, otherwise you're going to get really confused really quickly. Okay, again, watch until that goes to 0. Very good. And then your remaining key will be this way. So again, stay on here. And watch, actually it would probably be better to face the sun. Yeah, by the way, don't dock when you're like behind a celestial body, like a planet or a moon, or anything that blocks the sun, because otherwise it will be really annoying. I mean, you can do it, but it just makes it a lot tougher. So then you do that. Then you double check, because things may have moved. Because if your center of gravity is not exactly lined up in all three dimensions, then things can go awry. But then your last one, sorry, I should have said that this is the last one, is your up and down. So you're going down, because earlier you had to overcorrect, that way you could line up all the other axes. And then you get close, and then you back off. Like just before you get there, you back off. And then again, you double check. This can be really tedious, and if you're close enough, okay, as you may or may not have seen there's a magnetic pole when these two are very close. So it kind of helps you finish the thing. So this is the main storage cabin. 24 Kerbals can be in there, and then 4 can be in each of these. So this is basically where I'm going to send up my Kerbonauts, so that they can await orders to go to somewhere else. So, if you didn't know, the bracket keys allow you to shift between nearby objects that are man-made. But, as you can see here, I couldn't toggle to these or to this. Yeah, I couldn't toggle to any of these guys. So if they're far enough away from you, you actually have to go to them and then do the bracket thing. So as you can see, I've been disassembling like crazy. So another thing, how you get rid of stuff is you take your handy hyper edit, you say Kerbal, you say land, you watch as the world crackens out, you click drop, you see it explode, and you click recover vessel, if you can. And then you see cobwebs apparently. But anyway, yeah, that is how I prefer to get rid of them. That's technically not the correct way to do it. The correct way to do it, which is in my opinion a lot hairier, is you actually click on something and then you click terminate. But I prefer not to do that because I don't know, you might have called something a weird name and you actually want to keep that. But I haven't ever deleted anything that I didn't want to delete yet. But I'm just super paranoid on that, so if I am in control of some junk, then I just like to do hyper edit. Oh, KerbNet. KerbNet. Totally forgot about KerbNet. Anyway, that's a cool thing. You can find like Easter eggs and things with KerbNet. I will maybe add some more stuff to this, even though it looks like I didn't even need these two. I just need to put it in a poll, and then it'll be just fine. So I might need to get some mini adapters onto these docking ports. I don't know, but anyway, so what we have here, oh, I'm kind of missing actually this. Yeah, I could really actually use this, but anyway, I have all the other fuel I need. I have liquid fuel oxidizer, I have monopropellant. By the way, monopropellant is what makes OCS work. Rocket controlled system, I believe, is what it's called for OCS. Yeah, more monopropellant. Passenger module, or it can be transferred into fuel by using this thing, which I kicked off for some really stupid reason. And then I have solar panels. Yeah, I have solar panels up here. That way I can get electricity, which means I don't need to do this anymore. By the way, Alt F12 gets you this. So they just, well, not just, they probably updated this a few months ago. But anyway, to me it's kind of new, because I started playing this at 1.0 and it's now at 1.3, so they made some changes. But anyway, ooh, that looks interesting. But anyway, you can look at that. Maybe I'll cover that in some other video, even though anyway, so here's some more liquid fuel oxidizer. I don't really know why that's there. I think that's like emergency. And then also we have some xenon up here, xenon gas, which can be used for a really powerful Dawn engine, which is basically a very slow but constant engine. And by the way, that's what the fuel is for engines for spacecraft that are going to be docking here. Probably on these edges. Maybe, even though it would be best if they docked at the center of gravity, but oh well. we can always hope, right? So that's going to be it for this episode. I'm sorry, I just realized I haven't actually showed you a Kerbal yet, but I suppose I'll be showing you that in the next episode if I remember.